Hello guys and welcome to our third created race. So this one's set in the countryside, it goes around the mountains, it's a big lap race, and the reason why I did this was because I was driving around on free mode, and you know, the countryside just really appealed to me. You're always in the city when you play this, and I just thought make one in the country. You know, it's a nice change, it's a change of scenery, and there is just some lovely straights and lovely windy paths that you can go on, which I just enjoy going around anyway. So this is the hardest hardest corner in my opinion. It's right at the start, and that barrier there is just there to stop some of the players going over, because you can imagine about 10 players would just go flying through there without noticing. So I've put those barriers there, and then you get some windy roads straight after, which is obviously you've got to be careful. You don't want to go off the sides, you don't obviously want to knock other people off the side unless you're, you know, a dirty player, but you know, each to their own. You know, there's lots of opportunity to do so if you did want to take people out, and obviously plenty of opportunity to screw yourself over, so you have to be careful. Some of these corners I've only just made this race myself, and some of them catch me off guard in this. Even I tried it in the test, and I didn't do great. My lap wasn't great because I just sort of completely, like that corner there, I nearly hit the corner, I nearly hit the wall, and basically I just sort of taken the corners too quick on the test and ended up barrel rolling down the hill, but we'll forget about that. And there is a corner a bit later on, which you guys will see when we come to it, and it's basically, you know, you can either go over the hill or round the road. If you go over the hill, you'll obviously trim off 1 or 2 seconds off your time if you could master it and get it right every lap. But I obviously take the road for this one because we're trying to keep it simple. And if you guys want to, you know, try this race out, you know, if you want to learn how to do that, if you do learn how to do it, then you know, I'll leave that up to you guys if you want to do that. And obviously any comments, leave them down below for any future races you want to see. If there's any locations that you just enjoy driving around in on free mode, then we can try and make a race out of that, as I've done with these sort of hills, so bear that in mind. And we're not far off now from the part that I was talking about, where we can you know, where you can do the jump. So we're coming up to this corner now, and this is basically it. You can either go over, as the checkpoint suggests, and go over the hill, or you can go around the road, which is the sort of safe way. And you'll see obviously here, you know, it's not too hard, it wouldn't be too difficult to actually go over the other side, and I did not mean to hit that wall there. Yeah. So another hairpin bend here coming up. Obviously with 16 players that would be a really tough corner, as many of these corners would be very tough with 16 players. People probably will only get about, you know, 6 or 7 maybe tops playing nowadays, but and that corner there you've got to be careful of as you come up to that junction, because the barrier only starts sort of halfway up the track, and you know, you don't want to get on the wrong side of it, and you don't want to hit it head on either. So this part now though, if you've got this far in the race and you're ahead, you know, it's good news, because it's quite easy now to the finish line. There is some windy corners, but you can mainly just go flat out, and you know, you're not going to have much problem. This is obviously the easiest part, and this is just sort of for people to have a nice good run at the end. If you only do a 1-lapper and this is a close part, then this would be quite fun to do. This is probably where it'd decide the winner as well, because if you take that corner too quick, you kind of get taken out. And that's the race, guys. As I said before, if you've got any suggestions for any races, any locations you'd like us to make a race out of, then do let us know in the comments. And yeah, stay tuned for part 4.